You know what's worse than having finals? Having exams on New Year's Eve. Exactly. Like, whose great idea was it to have exams during New Year's? Like, it's a crime. I mean, cause like I want to have fun, but at the same time I have to study. That's just impossible. You gotta choose one or the other. But like, yeah, we gotta balance. Anyways, right now is my finals week, so I am procrastinating as always. I'm here to share with you guys some of my ways of how I study, and how I memorize things and how I write my notes, things like that. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Okay, before every semester starts, I will always buy this kind of notebooks. Like, it looks very plain, and I love plain notebooks because it gives me the liberty to like design the cover and the pages that comes with it. So I feel very fulfilled whenever I buy these kind of notebooks at the beginning of the semester, so that I can like design my own notes before finals. I'm never the type to like write notes during classes, but it depends on the subject. Like, if it's something that's memorizing, that requires memorizing, I tend to write notes in class, but it really depends on the lecture actually. What I like to do when I buy notebooks is that I would always buy my notebooks from Muji, because the items in Muji that you can find are always so basic and very plain, very minimalistic, and I love those kind of concept because it allows me to design myself. Like, it I don't know, it just makes me feel very like organized when I see everything very, minimalistic. I don't know, that's just my opinion. So I got this plain notebook from Muji, and I think it's pretty reasonable because it's about like 7 ringgit when I bought it. Like, no, it was 15 ringgit for like 3 books. So the notes that I write in my books mainly comprises of like from my slides, lectures, but it really depends on the situation. Like, I would always write all of the notes from my slides. I'm the type to always refer to the slides and then like transfer it into my notebook. I'm never the type to study from the slides, because I would rather have like my notes in my hands rather than using my phone, because I don't like the heat that comes out from my phone, and I don't like using my laptop too often. So yeah, I would always opt for using my notebook instead and transfer all the information from my slides into my notebook instead. I would always choose keywords from the slides. Like, I would never write the entire sentence. Like, I would choose specific word that would describe the entire context of the information as easily as possible, so that it's easier for me to memorize when I start reading my notes. And one of the key components of me writing my notes is that I use my highlighters. I love collecting highlighters. I don't have like a huge range of highlighters. I just have like 5 if I'm not mistaken. And it mainly comprises of like purple, pink, orange, green, and yellow. Like, I would use all the purple, blue, green, and pink and orange to act like a base of the entire notes, and the yellow highlighters act as a like a regular highlighter, just to highlight keywords again. So in other words, like, I retrieve keywords from the slides, and then after that I would retrieve keywords from the keywords that I choose from the slides. You know what I mean? So it's easier to memorize that way. And another way that allows me to write my notes more effectively is that I tend to write acronyms. Like, sometimes it doesn't make sense, like it doesn't even rhyme, and it's tough to even remember something, but I don't know, I just find it easier to remember acronyms rather than the entire sentence. So sometimes it would just go like F car BC, it just doesn't make sense, but I don't know, I find a way to memorize those acronyms, and by remembering those acronyms, it allows me to remember that like the entire points at the end of the day. So it's easier that way. So after you're done with your notes, it's time for you to actually memorize what you have written. So what I would normally do is that this may sound a bit weird to some, but I tend to sing a bit whenever I try to memorize. Like, okay, imagine my entire book is filled with all the information from the slides, and I retrieve examples from Google, and like I'm ready to memorize something. I tend to repeat words over and over again. So when I keep doing that, it kind of sounds like a song. I don't want to sing to y'all, but like, it's easier for me to remember songs. Like, I would say I remember a lot like I remember lyrics easily, so I try to use that concept of remembering lyrics into memorizing my books, my notes. So I try to make a tune out of it. Oh, and another way that helps me to remember stuff is I tend to pretend that I'm presenting when I'm memorizing. Like, okay, imagine this. I'm in my room, I'm holding onto my book, trying to memorize all the subjects, and then I would pace around my room and just trying to present like as if I'm talking to an audience. This might sound a bit odd, but yeah, this is what I do when I try to memorize something, and it helps really well and it sticks to my head somehow. I guess it's the nerve, like trying to present on stage, and then when you're in your room and you're trying to pretend that you're presenting, you tend to remember easier. After I'm done with like all the singing and the presenting in my room, like to my fake audience, I would like write down on a piece of paper like everything that I've said, like everything that I remember. Like I would sit down on my desk and then I would bring out a piece of paper or two and then just write down everything I remember from what I said. Like I would refer to the notes, like what's the context of this information, and then I would just write down the details of it, like on that piece of paper over and over again until I remember. Okay, last but not least, remember to take breaks. That is the key component that every student tends to look past. Okay, so because breaks are so important that it helps reboot your brain. Like you have like 2 hours, 1 hour of studying, and then when you take a break, it gives your body and your brain like that moment to just relax and just recharge itself to get on for the next 1 hour or two after that. So taking breaks really helps in memorizing. So don't torture yourself and study like 10 hours straight, because that won't work. Your brain does not have that kind of capacity to install such information, because I tried that before. It does not work and it's horrifying. So those are all of the tips that I'd like to share with you guys for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and I'd just like to say Happy New Year's to everyone, and hope you guys have a prosperous year ahead. And please take care of yourself, both physically and mentally. And I hope you guys do well for your exams this time. And good luck for finals. We're gonna get through this, people. Our degree. So yeah, good luck on your exams, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!